Two Yoked Bros back at it again. It's your boy, Steve. I hate that term. I hate it when people tell me that they're my boy.
Like,
it's your boy.
Like, are you? You're not like.
You're very presumptive.
I
there was
don't
no consent.
know you.
There was
this
no
is my
consent.
purse. Fuck you.
I'm gonna do a better job this time in this episode of Two Yoked Bros of looking at the camera.
Oh, right.
I tend to look over here because I'm already angled this way and I'm very lazy, so any amount of motion is minimized. But I'm going to look over here this time. You're picking up the rain in the background. It's a typical Northwest December. It feels like fall in other states, but it's December here.
Mm-hmm. Got the canopy set up because that's how we do.
That's how we got to get it done. And we're going to jump in. This is round 4 of the VPC. This is hella late. I will have this up tomorrow, come hell or high water.
Oh, shit.
But it's hella late. I might get it in before the judges' feedback comes in, because it still ain't back. Like, Whitney's posted pictures of skeletons waiting for things.
Oh, has she? Oh,
yeah,
poor
because she's,
thing.
like, waiting on it. But nonetheless, it's the holidays. Like, everyone gets busy. That's why we had a 4.5 round.
Shubzilla doesn't stop working.
No, you did a 4. You're doing a 4.5, aren't you?
Well, Arda is doing a 4.5.
Arda's doing it.
Like, I just couldn't, like,
You
I
couldn't
couldn't
get vocal space, like, to record there.
I mean, I could, but I just, like, timing
Why
wise.
didn't you want to cover one of my songs, Shubs? Our music is so similar, and we're such good friends. Both of those statements don't go together. One is true. One is not true. We are not friends. Our music is exactly the same. If you come to a Steve show, I've got a song called Alabaster. Or just yell at other white people. It's really uncomfortable. I do have a song coming out on the new album that I just finished writing the rough draft that attacks white people in honor of you.
Oh, bless you, Steve.
Yeah.
You know how I love taking the piss out of the alabaster.
It starts off with the line, "Hey, what's up, Brad?" And then immediately lampshades in like the third bar. "Yeah, motherfucker, I know my name is Steve."
So, I will have to share this with you, but and this is nothing to do with Two Yoked Bros.
No, we are already off on a jag.
But so when any of my sisters is a little down in the dumps, like I will, and I did this with Prowess. I will tell her the tale of like an alabaster, like just somebody I've made up. Yeah, just somebody. So like Tyler. I made up a story about Tyler. Tyler lives with his 3 friends from middle school who all remember his goth phase. He listened to Watsky and Eminem and his life was forever changed. He once wore Jinko jeans, but now is really into skinny jeans, but don't tell him it's skinny jeans.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Like,
it's just a slim fit jean.
Yeah, it's a slim fit jean.
It's a slim fit jean.
You know, he's got struggles too. He doesn't see color. He doesn't see color.
Is it because he's blue-green colorblind? Is
no.
It just a legitimate thing?
No,
racist, but legitimate?
because we're all. But I've get me on a riff, get me on a snippy rant.
I only have one note for that entire rant that disappointed me. I agree that Tyler is a very white name, but I have met non-white Tylers.
That's fair.
I have only met white Skylers. Which is like Tyler, but prettier. Because it has the word sky. And I've met both white male and white female presenting Skylers.
Okay. Now, I'm going to play with the names, right? Because there's Kaylee Lynn's, his girlfriend for now is Kaylee Lynn, but he's also seeing her cousin, Ash Lindsay, on the side, yes. Ash Lindsay. Who she works at the Sally's Beauty Supply, so she thinks, ergo, she can wear box braids to work.
Of course.
Because
she works in a beauty supply
because that's
store.
Ash Lindsay. Or
it's
Lindsay.
A style.
It's a style.
It's a style for everyone. You know what's the style for everyone? Because you mentioned me earlier, and I'm going to stand by this. I'm going to fight for your husband to get into these. I might buy him them.
Oh,
Jean coats is a style for everyone.
No.
I want your husband in the biggest pants.
Want him wearing full, like,
I want him wearing a
full
parachute.
fucking sails.
I want him to, on a windy day, have problems staying on the ground.
Skylar the Creator. Yes! Okay, so Skylar just released his EP on SoundCloud.
It's a mixtape.
Yeah.
Stolen Beats.
His name is Skylar the Creator. Thank you, Arda. But THA Creator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard. Soft the harder.
Harder, yes. So that's Skylar.
All right.
Okay.
That's going in the two young bros here. I'm gonna clip it and then go into it.
Word.
These are no longer in order.
No. No, really keep
Anyway,
going.
we're gonna get into it because we got a
Okay.
time limit. So we're gonna start off with the first round 4 entry on the list.
So,
This is by White Hippie. It is Man Down, the Harry Potter Hagrid diss.
Okay, the Hagrid diss. Okay.
Yeah, so this is a diss on Hagrid, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
And if I'm wrong, I don't care.
Fuck
Only
it.
people in the community watch these, so they're gonna know.
Yeah, they're gonna know. Whatever. It was a joke and it was real. It was, yeah.
Comes in with that real clean flow. Not unexpected from White Hippie at this time. Like the beat. Harry Potter was real easy since there's those 7 movies of score.
Yeah, dare I say, like, sampling anything Harry Potter is a fucking layup.
Yes. No, this is right. No, this just goes together. The beat goes with the rap.
Yeah,
Everything feels like it goes together.
Yeah.
It does feel like a diss rap beat.
yeah. I like what Frivolous Shara does with her flow. Not a surprise. I'm a fan.
Yeah. I think this might be, first listen, this is one of my more favorite from their track, possibly my favorite, just because I really like how this chorus comes in. I like the beat start to finish.
Yep. No complaints.
No complaints. Audience agrees. Audience is way into this track, and they should be.
Yep.
Audience has this bad boy at a 9.3.
Good.
With 27 tens.
Good.
And they're not wrong. This is a great way to start this out.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd even have notes for. I don't get to know how long the tracks are on this interface yet. Nope. No, but it goes 3 fairly tight verses,
Yeah.
and then fades out here at the end. So yeah,
Good
it's
job.
It's a good burn track.
Good job.
I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Well, I, as usual, will not tell you what I've rated any of your pieces. Because why? Woo! I am snippy today. I only have.
Boom. Next one on the list is Swagrid. This is a response to White Hippie. This is from Kaiju no Uta, and this is a Dolores Umbridge diss. 'Cause apparently that's who White Hippie was, which makes sense, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even
I didn't
realize
pay attention
I
to
didn't.
that.
Okay.
Just sipping on that truth serum and pollen juice.
Okay.
I do love the image of Hagrid for this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. It's very good.
An ugly name full of sorrow or ugly.
Boring and gross. Exactly, Tim.
All right, all right. This is a diss track. This is just like nice little high-end, bouncy.
Yep. Already, track 2 into
Trap,
this.
trapping.
We're getting me gigging. Okay, I see all of you.
Now, understand, if some of these lyrics might not be as aware as we like, I'd love to critique them on this, but we're having to listen to this kind of quiet in this current setup, so we might miss some shit that people are like, did you know it straight up says some slurs in that? I'd be like, I missed it.
Word.
If they do,
Well, we can pop up the lyrics too, so that's also something.
reading.
Yeah, I know reading. Though No Neck Bitch is amazing.
No Neck Bitch is amazing.
Fat Bellatrix.
Eh. No, I don't know about my feelings. No, I like how this flows, though.
I argue you can act hard and turn pussy quick, so you know, like it's. But that neither here nor there. Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Mm.
I think that was a solid diss track, honestly. As far as cadence goes, tone goes, beat goes, it was fairly short. It was only like 2-ish minutes,
Yeah.
right? Which,
Not mad.
on a diss track, if you're not making it into a song, you got to consider that.
Yeah. Not mad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that was not bad.
Okay. Good job.
Audience, so here's where you're going to come into problems, and I'm going to include this part in this early on because it's a discussion, and it was sort of a weird choice. Battle rap is a weird choice for nerdcore in the way that I feel like a lot of nerdcore, or at least a lot of pockets of nerdcore, are very problematic lyric aware,
Yeah.
right? Like they're pretty anti a lot of shaming, right? And battle rap is not historically good or concerned with that aspect of lyric writing. And so if something is in fact would be considered an insult to a given person or maybe their crew or their area, then it's fair game. And if you go back through battle rap, and I watched a lot of battle rap to try and deconstruct it because I'm not a huge fan of battle rap, but I've watched a lot of battle rap to try and deconstruct it while writing my track. And, yeah, a lot of homophobia, a lot of sexism,
Yeah.
a lot of racial things, a lot of colorism as far as I can perceive it, as much as I can perceive it as a white dude in the suburbs.
Yeah.
But, you know, colorism. And so it was a weird choice a little bit in this because there are people, and this is really comes up in Thought Team Epic, right? Like, there are people who decided to go full battle rap as you might see it in a live stage at a rap battle,
Yeah.
which is not, it's a choice. I don't yet know how I feel about it. I didn't do any of that, but I'm not a battle rapper. I don't connect with it.
No. I mean, neither am I. Still very. That's one. That's one. I guess genre of rap that I'm still like. I'm still. Excuse me. Looking at. I mean, I'm not gonna do it. But it's just an interesting. It's just an interesting side of hip hop that I want to know more
Yeah,
about.
and so
why not pursuit of knowledge?
I think that I wouldn't, in the context of a battle rap against fictional, non-existing characters, be nearly as earnestly reactioned as I would be in just a regular rap.
Okay.
You calling a fictional person ugly or a fictional person dumb or a fictional person, the homophobia is still a real touchy thing for me, but like those things, it's less harmful because it's sort of fiction, but it's still harmful because of the language. So it's going to be real hard for me to judge these in a fair way on that. So I decided I would care about the groove and if there were any punchlines I remembered that I liked, and kind of put away that part of me for this. Because it wasn't guidelined in the rules, like encouraged, like, hey, try to step out of that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
if it had been guidelined in the rules and people didn't do it, I'd rip them to shreds. But it wasn't. So if you're really into that, and especially if you've been into it for like 10, 15 years, like, I don't know, I don't know if it's my place to be like, no, you didn't do it right. You really need to get with 2019 on this. Like, maybe you do. It would probably make a better song if you were more clever. But it's not like you had to do it off the dome, so you had time to write. But I'm going to put that away. But I personally like that song as far as, like, flow and everything.
Good job.
I'm going to give it, you know what? I don't know what else is in store, but I'm feeling nice right now. I'm giving it an 8.
Yep, good job. All right.
Next on the list, from Dreadfort with Love,
from what
Game
I've seen,
of Thrones, and King
way more
Joffrey.
lighthearted.
This is Antihero.
Okay. Joffrey versus Bolton. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a weird matchup. I think they were just trying to...
A lot of these are weird matchups. It's a rough start.
Yeah, the rhythm of the rap might go better over a different beat.
I'm not sure where the vocalist is recording, but it doesn't, their vocals don't sound clear.
He sounds like he's up on the mic really aggressive, like he's here on the mic.
Uh-huh.
Like maybe he just has the little like foam cover on the mic, so he's rapping like he would at a live show.
Can you put in the lyrics?
Yeah. Bonus to a chorus though. The drums in this are hella quiet by comparison to the vocals.
Yeah.
If there's two things that need to come across in a hip-hop beat, it's drums and vocals. Like, melody is also very important. All the other things are important. But the rapping and the drums are the rhythmic parts of the song, and they both have to live in a place of relatively equivalent volume. It's better to take the melody, the mids down if you need to pump up the drum noises. If you're not so skilled of a producer and you're just like, I just need to pass this in some way where it feels like it has bass on it. Let it be overly bassy rather than the bass be overly quiet on hip hop. Unless you're doing a chiptune beat. Alright, like, it was okay, but there didn't seem to be any, especially after the 2 Harry Potter raps, there wasn't that gel of things, so I can't give it much. None of the lines jumped out at me. The levels were as the classic line of VPC 6 goes, the mix was a bit ass. Yeah. Any thoughts?
No, it's about, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I'm giving it a 5. It's getting a 5. Ramsey Bolton diss. This is Where My Dog's At from KKMDS.
It's King Joffrey. King Joffrey. He was another wickedness. To the crown. The gold on the crown. Take the fuck out of the arm. Let's talk about your wife. Let's talk about my wife.
So I feel like this is going for the kind of classic punchlines diss,
Yeah.
which makes sense for KKMDS.
Not gonna lie, I like that part because a bastard is a bastard is a
It's a
bastard
good
is a
reference.
bastard.
So
like,
there's obviously a lot of tie into the series on this one. I think
Yeah.
this one is more intelligently written.
word, yeah.
I like the beat more for a diss beat.
Yeah.
The vocals are still kind of off a little bit for me. They're not really feeling like they're in.
Tell me where my dogs are at. Please.
Yeah. I mean, like,
And then it goes for a bit on beat. So we're
I'm
just
very
gonna
much
talk.
I'm very much a fan of a more aggressive delivery.
Yeah.
This one definitely felt more like lighthearted and silly, which I don't know if that's what they're going for. If that's their aesthetic, great. If not, then be more aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
aggressive.
I fucking don't know.
I'm not gonna say anything about it, about aggression, because my track
Is it
is
not aggressive?
barely a diss track.
Is it
It's-
barely a diss track?
It's
okay.
a diss track in a very specific manner.
Oh, right. You know what we need to do? We also need to, like, say who we thought won the battle, I guess. I don't know.
In this one, I'm gonna say Ramsey or this team,
Yeah.
KKMDS, won the battle. Only
Okay.
because I like the beat more, and even though the song was shorter, I feel like they went very classic with the horde of like, I'm gonna make fun of you, as well as reference. I think the rap was like differential. They were very differently broken, but both vocalists could have done better, could have been tighter, could have been more leaned into the beat in their delivery, which is ride the beat a little bit more, especially if you're doing kind of like even to slow cadence things. Hella ride the beat.
Word. Out of White Hippie and,
White Hippie versus White Hippie won. I don't know. I can't
Kaiju
remember
no-
who they're versing.
Kaiju no Uta.
Kaiju no Uta. Kaiju no Uta's song was good to us. Or to me at least. I felt
Yeah,
it was
no,
really good.
I fucks
but I
with
don't
it.
think it was as good as White Hippie's song. I think White Hippie came out real strong this track.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd fuck with both.
All right.
All right, we're on to the next one. It's Super Creep. This is an Edward diss in the Twilight universe by Sailor Doom. Yeah, let's get into it.
They didn't want to do a Team Edward versus Team Jacob thing?
No, they went Edward Bella. I do like the epic rap battles of history call out, which is what this is.
Yeah.
I feel like getting Edward is a real easy layup, because
Yeah.
he's such a terrible person. I knew that Sailor Doom wasn't going to disappoint and just give me a singy hook.
Yep.
I feel like this would have been a moment of relief if it was later down in the list after listening to a bunch of people do just some tight diss bars and being like, oh, a song. I remember what these sound like.
Yeah.
So, I feel like there's not as many flow change-ups as I want on this. There's very deliberate line delivery,
Right.
and you hold on to the deliberateness of it. It's one thing if you're just sort of spitting. Oh, the Muse send up. That's a nice touch. That's good songmanship right there. I've lost where I'm supposed to be in the lyrics. They're so spaced out. I think this came from the right place. But already right now, my mind is like, I'm kind of done listening to the song. Like, if it ended right here. Ooh, I like this beat change up, though.
I don't really know much about Twilight, so
I know a lot about Twilight.
I'm sorry.
It's important to study your enemies. It's important. Okay, so I liked the change up in the third verse, but I don't know if I liked it as much as I like the idea of the song being tighter.
Yeah.
So maybe take that, make it the back half of the second verse, trim it down, 2 verses, 2 hooks. Especially because you have kind of longer bridge pieces and stuff. Going too long on the song might hurt you. So yeah, I think that's the song. Any other thoughts?
Nope.
So I'm gonna give that one. I don't know. I'm torn between a 7 and an 8. I'm gonna give it a 7. So I'm on my mean tip right now.
Okay.
Shubs is gonna give it 1,000%. All right. Thought Team Epic. This is Immortal and Rich. A Bella Swan diss.
Okay.
I'm just going to let this play for Shubs. I'm not even going to talk. I'm going to let her read the lyrics. It's going to be the least interesting to watch moment, but I'm leaning off camera.
Does it end after this?
I don't know.
Okay.
Looks like it. Shubs, thoughts?
What's with the cane? Oh, does Bella sleep with Jacob? But Bella ends up having Edward's baby in the end.
Yep. But then that baby ends up with Jacob. You just wanted clarification on K9H. That's your only thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a battle track.
It definitely is. It's exactly what I was describing earlier. It's like, this is language that would not fly, and I can't. I think my so number one, I am going to talk about what, without a doubt, is the thing that, without having that discussion, absolutely impressed me about this song. felt like a battle track.
Yep.
Delivery was battle track. It was punchlines. It was a lot of cursing, but there were still punchlines. I am gonna say Carl Olson. I did not know you could produce those beats.
Oh
That's
yeah,
Ultra
it had,
Clystron on the
yeah, it
beat.
had Ultra all over
Yeah,
it. Like
that
I definitely
was
heard
beastly
elements
Ultra
of that.
though.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
like
so
that's-
well done. And thank you because you had this track when it came out, and you were on tour, so you were busy. But when it came out, the reactions to this track were the best. There were multiple people that are like, I don't know how to feel about this, which is what brought that in mind to me, of course. It's the only one I listened to separately from this moment, just because people were talking about it so much, and I'm like, I gotta hear about it, and it's like, okay, all right.
Word.
Audience has this at an 8 something, probably.
Yeah, it's 8.
8 or 7.84, so it's an 8.
7.84. Yeah.
I am going to. I'm gonna give it a. All right, so I'm going to vote on it, or I'm gonna vote on it as a. This one's real hard because it's real dependent on that. I'm gonna vote on it a 7 because I think it's a very good. No, it's getting a 6, and I'm giving it a 6, which is less points than I want to take off for the language content, but the production and the delivery and the feel of the track feels battle rappy. And again, there was nothing in the contest about rising out of this kind of language.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be that punitive. But it definitely moved it from an 8 down to a 6 to me. And if it were just a song I heard, I would turn it off and not listen to anything from that person. That is not true of other. But again, this is part of why I don't jive with a lot of battle rap.
Arda.
What?
Nah, Arda and I are having a separate conversation.
Yeah. There's another thing that I'm picking up that I'm not talking about.
Yeah.
And everything, but for the most part, those are my feelings.
Fight Club. Okay.
Yeah. This is now jumped to Fight Club. Oh, who do we think won the last battle?
Last battle, I think Thought Team Epic won that one.
As far as battle rapping,
like it hit harder. There was more of a reaction from people.
that's what it's for, I guess.
Yeah. So like in terms of like aggressiveness and intensity, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely won, and they're winning in the public vote.
Yeah.
I don't know how the judges will vote on this. This one is Have You Seen Me? Fight Club, a narrator diss by Young Sullivan. Swing this your way.
Okay.
Kind of a chill drum rhythm, or kind of a chill BPM for a battle rap, but we'll see how they come in on it.
Can you put the lyrics up?
Yes. Sorry.
That's all good. This is dead.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like flavor's gone. Aha! Here's Johnny Coltrane.
So this cadence is a little too slow. Like the beat is slow, and I was hoping the cadence would come in double time. And it's not. And that's a problem.
I realized I could have used those fucking calls. Like, I could have used those fucking poles still, but you know what? I did it. Anyway.
The beat's fine, but it's so slow, and the rapper and the producer didn't discuss, like, you need to come in fast and intense. And it's long, like, there's been no break to this. One of the things in battle rapping that you need to consider when you're delivering bars is that the punches, the references, the metaphors, the punches really need to hit the end of the line. That's good in hip-hop in general, but it's especially strong in diss rapping. Because what I'm reading a lot here is a lot of the, like, dirt verse, pitch ditch, tricks kids, give a shit, people get rich. Just because you're in one property doesn't mean you can't refer to others.
Yeah.
And this battle rapping is similar to nerdcore in a different way, where it's the most important that it makes sense, or that it has those references and those punchlines, because that's what makes the crowd excited. So I think in this case, you might want to have done something a little different with this. Shubs.
I agree.
I think the track is kind of flawed from the jump, cadence-wise. Then lyrically, it doesn't really hit. It just doesn't hit a lot of things. The audience thinks it's an 8. They're wrong. It's a 6. So honestly, it might be a 5. It's too long. It's too slow. There's no exciting flows or fun bars or weird cadences or spaces. Yeah, there you go. And in response, we have Jack Smirking Revenge, Fight Club, a Tyler Durden diss by Primal Winds. And I remembered to pull the lyrics up first.
Yay, good job.
Already just a banger of a beat.
Nice. I'm with it. I'm loading this bowl of hookah, so don't mind my lack of reaction here. Is this kiwi? Yeah.
Yeah, there's some kiwi in there. Be very gentle with the melon. I didn't realize it was cantaloupe when I grabbed it.
Ew.
And that is a very strong, very sweet flavor. There's already better flowmanship in this.
Yeah.
Dropping the fun little bouncy weird thing into just drums and rapping with like a little bit of melody behind it. Strong choice.
Yeah.
See, that last 2 bar was an example. I don't think it was the greatest burn, but IKEA set Chia Pet being a clean rhyme that's a reference as a punchline.
Yeah.
So this is okay.
I'm feeling that beat,
I think the
though.
production all goes well with the verse.
Yeah,
like the
hell it
vocal
does.
production,
I'm with it.
the delivery, the drums.
Yeah, I vibe.
Think about dropping beats and dropping melody pieces and thinning it out for certain punchlines,
Ooh,
though.
hello.
Because when the MC is really going at a mid pace, you want to make sure you showcase when they drop a good bar. At the very least, the last 2 bars, the last pieces of each bar is a good time to do a drop.
Come on, ho.
the spicy top now.
God, it's so
Do
good.
you need some new tools?
Fucking shout outs to Rock Band for really upping
The bowl game.
The bowl game. Yeah.
Oh, this was a Rock Band donation.
Yeah. Like anytime I'm in Austin, or
Rock
when I
Band.
was in Austin, like I just like there was one year I like threw down like $50 for like shisha and hookah supplies for him because Nick and I had been staying at his house for the whole week, so you know, chipped in for like water and like utilities and stuff, and then also gave him some hookah aficionado treats.
I think the overall package of this song works. I still wouldn't say it's a stellar diss track, but
Yeah.
it's a solid diss track, and I like it a lot better than the other one. I think this one wins in my heart.
Yeah.
I think it feels good to listen to. It's the kind of thing where I don't know if I'd remember many of the lyrics from it, but if it was on like a Pandora station, I'd just listen to it and kind of groove to it.
Yeah.
It'd be good kind of background music or driving music. So like that's good. That's hard to do, honestly. Like just getting to that level of song creation deliberately is difficult. So I don't know. It's definitely better than the other one. My brain says it's a 7.5. I'm gonna vote it a 7 because I'm voting a little low. And the audience says it is 7.3, and that's higher than I gave the other one. So we're consistent. We got You Should Stop, Hamlet Diss. This is by Crunktomatons. And we're going to listen to this. My biggest problem with Crunktomatons is I recently discovered there is a trombonist that figured out how to shoot fire out of the trumpety portion of the trombone. And Kadesh Flow does not do that. So, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with Kadesh Flow right now, because I've never seen him shoot fire out of an instrument. This is an adorable hook for a diss rap. It's especially fun in contrast to like the very strong bars. There's the trombone. A fireless trombone. See, of course Kadesh is going to bounce Flow all around this to make it really interesting to listen to. Dropped references to Caligula and Augustus. See, this is what I was hoping for as a diss track last round when I heard about this and we set the challenge, was to write a song that was listenable outside of it being a diss track, out of context. This is still very much a diss track as a song, but it's very listenable. It's very pleasing to the ear. There's good references. He could literally play this at any nerdcore show, and everyone would be like, those fucking Shakespeare references, though.
Yep.
Yeah, I love this track. Do I love it at 10 out of 10? I do love it at 10 out of 10. This was a swing on the beat with the chorus being very not hard
Yeah.
and just kind of easy and laid back. But it ended up, like all big swings, it's either going to fail big or it's going to succeed, and this one succeeded. So, no notes. Good track.
Yep, good job, y'all. So, who... Oh, wait, no. Next is Guilderstern.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got Hamlet, a song of
Damn it.
disrespect to Guildenstern. And this one is, of course, by Team Kokoro. I'm curious about this one.
It's a weird matchup. Again. There's no calls on that stage.
Oh, no wonder. I'm like, why is it not there yet? So, lyrically, I think this is fairly intelligent. But I'm not getting these punches like I was in the last track. Delivery is great.
Yep.
Unlike Joshua's going to do it. Kudos to production on this one.
Yeah.
Because this is a big shift to make sure that it sounded like a diss track rap.
Yep. I like it. Oh hella, yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
Wait, which Arda, which one?
I think the cadence of this begs for really clever word turns rather than knowledge of property disses. I mean, you want both, right? But I think this is too clever meta within the cut and not funny or nasty. I think that's why I'm not. It's a good song. The chorus is good, the beat is good, delivery's great, the mechanics of the song are good. So now the only thing I have to look at is lyricism, just words on the page. And you've got more. The second verse is stronger than the first on your specific references, rather than sort of meta references.
Yeah.
Meta disses. There we go. All right. The wind back down wasn't perfectly transitioned, but the wind up was good.
Oh,
it was a fun break. I think that really added to the song overall. Though again, I probably would have taken it and like cut into the second verse, maybe even let the second verse go like a full 12, but then cut in and go super fast on it. Because that change up would have given us enough time for the amount that you wrote to really like it, not feel like we were going on too long of a verse, and then bring it back down to the chorus to wind up the song. I think that would have been a better structure, because by about mid-second verse, when it wasn't hitting super big, would have been the time I would have been like, nah, I'm good with this. I know what this song is now.
Yeah.
It's a good song. It's a good track.
Let me check.
I'm going to give it an 8 or a 7.
Word.
It's got an 8 right now.
Good job.
I'm going to throw it a 7. All right, next track is Animal Farm, a Snowball Disc. This is Napoleon from Soundproof. This has no lyrics. I like the lead in though.
Your shortcomings are the process, I guess. The food for thought was a vision that closed off my back while you preach about equality, eating right off the scrap.
When I see you, I fucking see you out here.
Do a drop, let it ride.
Out here. Okay.
Just confidence, MC confidence,
Right.
producer confidence.
Right. Well, is it Mark Cooper? Yeah, this is Mark Cooper. Yeah.
Of course it's Mark Cooper.
Of course. Like, can that just be a sticker? Of course it's Mark Cooper.
Of course it's Mark Cooper.
Of fucking course. I'll let him know that. I'm like, of course it's Mark Cooper. But, like, Mark knows his way around a battle.
Yep.
Knows his way around.
I love this hook.
What a treasure. Good on
Because
you.
it just feels right.
He
What's
out
great
here.
is there was so long and I was so worried when it came in it wasn't going to come correct because I keep forgetting who's in what
Hi,
team.
sis. Tia's on.
Hi, Tia. All right. America's pastime, pop flies. Like, there's some good lyricism in here. There's good punchlines, and the drops let me hear them.
Of course, it's Mark Cooper.
Of course. Mark Cooper. It should just be the title of a Mark Cooper tour. Of course, it's Mark Cooper.
Yeah, like of course.
Nah, this grooves. This is the kind of thing that would make me. I'm having a conversation
slaps.
in a bar, right? I'm chit chatting in a bar. There's a rapper. They're decent. They've got decent beats and everything. They're spitting and everything. But then this comes on, and I stop the conversation when the beat drops because the room's gone quiet, and then good bars happen. And now I've stopped the conversation and I'm paying attention to the song. That's what that does.
Of course it's Mark Cooper.
That's what that does.
That's my critique. Of course it's Mark Cooper.
Mark
like
Cooper.
the instrumentation and the vocals pair well together. So I'm not.
Worked.
I ain't mad at
I'm
this
giving
at
that
all.
a straight up 10. That's my second 10. That's
Me
my
too.
second 10.
That is my only 10 so far. It's just so you know where y'all are at with me.
Apparently, I like rock. For the first time ever, I have given a Kadesh Flow team a 10, and others have not. I'm just saying.
Wait, what?
Because you said that's your first 10. We already listened to Kadesh Flow, and we already listened to Crunk Tomatons.
Oh, scratch that second.
All right. I'm a little sad. I thought for once I could be like, I did it one time, not as a judge where it was important.
Yeah, no.
But like one time where I backed them up.
No, they.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Second 10.
Crunk Tomatons. There it is.
Crunk Tomatoes.
Yeah, they also got my
all
second
right.
10.
Let's pause this or right back into it.
I hella forgot. I'm like, I gave out 2 10s. I know I haven't. But yeah.
Fight fascists. Animal Farm Napoleon Disc. Monday Monsters. Dogs barking. There's a lot of really short lines in this.
This is almost ready. I'm trying to like get it like
Stoke it.
Yeah, stoke it a little bit.
I will tell you about the end of my feet, and a song that came to me.
It's a little long of an intro on a diss rap. A very nerdcore, deliberate line delivery kind of hook. Producer's doing good about moving the drums and the cuts around with it, though.
Yeah.
The lyrics are all fucked up on this. I don't know how I feel about this delivery overall.
Yeah, if you want to start stoking. Hook's catchy.
Yeah, hook is catchy. And again, because the producer works with the cadence, or possibly the MC got that cadence and was like, well, this is what I have to deliver. Either way, the team made sure it sounded right.
Yeah.
I feel like this is done, and I do this on my track. This is almost less of a diss and more of a commentary on the negatives of the property.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I can't get too mad at anyone for doing that because I straight up do that. So it's more of a judgment than it is a diss. Less funny, more just kind of wordplay with some accurate critiques, or accurate seeming critiques.
Jesus, just so fucking.
This is too long. It's too long now.
Oh no, I was talking about like.
No, I know that. I know you didn't react that dramatically to it.
Yeah.
It needed. I know it doesn't go very long. This is the outro, but without there being a lot of change up on the flow delivery, as far as like really clear schemes and fun little clever tricks, they went too long. Too long. It's all right. I'm gonna give it a 6. Soundproof won that. They won it handily.
Word. Course, Mark Cooper. Yeah.
Play. Just jumping.
All right.
So this one is Sherlock owns Sherlock Holmes, a Watson diss. Some of B-Type. Now, I actually agree with having Sherlock and Watson do a diss battle.
Yeah,
that's a clever way to do it, because it's going to be
Now
Moriarty if you're being literature, but it's more fun to see Sherlock and Watson do it. So.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm going to grab my brown blanket, but I'm still listening.
All right, metal drums. Little disappointed in the production choice on this. See, these drums don't allow for most MCs to do a bunch of fun cadence tricks. Okay?
Oh yeah, I just know that.
Little fun reference to to the actor unable to say the word penguin.
Really?
What's his name? Yeah, like, this metal guitar doesn't go with rap. This is a really, like, odd choice for the round. Yeah, Cumberbatch can't say the word penguin. He mispronounces it every time.
People like, what's it called? Have they?
Oh yeah, he's been interviewed about it. He did a documentary where he had this voiceover, and he had to say the word penguin over and over again, and no one talked to him about it. So it's just in the doc.
They didn't
You
like
can just
that.
go listen to it. Yeah, it's not good. That's not a good song. I'm just gonna come out and say it. Bad vocal production, bad production choices from the outside with the metal guitar, with the drum rhythm. I'm not saying you can't put metal underneath hip hop. Plenty of acts have done it, but not that. That was kind of almost a punk beat or a noise rock or a thrash metal beat, which no, those don't go under hip hop. So yeah, do better next time. I just didn't like that song across the board. That one gets a 4. You know what? No, I'm gonna bring it down a notch. That one gets a 3. It's a 3 from me. I don't like anything about it. Alright, we got Crack Sherlock. This is Sherlock Disc from the Perspective of Watson by Spandex Moose.
It was one Sunday evening early in September of the year 1903 that I received one of Holmes's laconic messages. Come at once, if convenient, if inconvenient, come all the same. The relations between us in those latter days were peculiar. Eyes like the violin.
Having the brown blanket, like, hell makes a difference. Like, I am, like, immediately far warmer.
Too long of an intro.
Can you turn it up a bit?
Yeah.
I like that change up.
That was nice. That was fun.
I appreciate Spandex Moose.
No, I feel like they've been getting better as they've gotten kind of the kinks out of working together on this on this VPC.
I'm just happy that Happy's back.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I see you out here, fam.
This is an appropriately goofy 60s, 70s kind of delivery on a hook. Yeah, no, this is good. You even do a good job at starting with "thises" and then doing some self-aggrandizing in the second verse. The drums are a little simple, I will say that. It's like 4 on the floor drums.
Oh, right. Spandex Moose did, I think, a music video to this.
Oh, did they?
Corn Project Zero.
Yeah, well then I believe it. It's a pretty decent song. It's definitely a good kind of like loose, silly, fun song.
Yeah.
But it's still actually a diss track.
Yeah, I'm with it.
I think it meets the quality of, could you perform this outside of the diss battle, right?
Word, yeah.
And you could be like, hey, this is a song about how Watson's the real fucking hero of Sherlock Holmes.
Word, yeah.
And then that would be all I'd need to know about the song.
Yeah, I fucks with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm gonna kill it now due to time constraints.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you outro, and they usually have pretty fun outros. But we got time constraints. I'm gonna throw this one an 8. I feel this. It's not really in the style that I love, but it's really well done.
Yeah.
It would make me want to hear more from Spandex Moose. Like, I was like, oh, this is a fun thing. And because it's kind of bouncy, not that Spandex Moose always sounds like this, but because it's not kind of bouncy, it kind of goes in that chap hop space.
Yeah.
It's not chap hop, but it goes in that kind of space for me. So, 8. Good job, Spandex Moose. Good job. Wait, I can't do that some more. Good job. Good job there, Horns.
Oh, it's my track. It's mine
yeah.
and artist. Yay!
Scrub.
Damn!
Yeah, it's Scrub, a series of unfortunate events. Account Olaf Dis. The extra creds. I want to reveal so much about our early conversations about this, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna let it happen.
We're just gonna, yeah.
Fucking gross. Yes, we've met.
3 out of 10. I don't like cursing.
Fucking love that drop.
Again. And there's a trick to it. The trick is to lean back and let the slime go down your front. If
10.
Get that volume up on your phone.
No.
All right. You a bitch made fuckboy comes off so correct. And I like the kid Sid's line. That also very good. Very good. This chills for me. So, from a Steve perspective, from your dear friend, this definitely is a very catchy diss thing. I would have production-wise taken the use of Scrubs, turn them into a bridge, cut them down a little bit, turn them into a bridge to warm it up, and then done a non-word repetitive hook. And it's only because, and then still done the outro the same way. Put yourself to work. That's what I would have changed about this. I feel like the chorus is fine. It's good. It's the kind of thing that live people would know how to go along with. But like mechanically, it doesn't excite me. But I'd want it in there as the bridge to a very strong chorus. Or if the song were shorter and it was just this interlude and then into Shubzilla's favorite thing, which is double time bars. That's the other way I would have done it, where it's like, all right, then we're just gonna double time the back end. That's the break, and then I go double time, and then the song ends with the you don't return to the scrub. You go with the put yourself to work, and it ends with that. I think that would have tightened it up for me. Very strong entry. Shubs gives it a 10.
Fuck is this thread?
There's good in there. I'm on the fence between an 8 and a 9. I'd probably give it an 8.5. But to be consistently mean, I'm going to give it an 8.
Hater.
Which is still higher than I give my own tracks. So
Hater. Nope. It's a 10.
Believe in yourself.
Damn right, it's a dope fucking track. Also, if I do it live, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna definitely slap because even if it weren't about Count Olaf,
It could be about anybody.
It really could.
You could just be talking about someone you knew from theater.
I mean, there are many folks that I would definitely put in the category of scrub. So, really, take your fucking pick, frankly. Like Count Olaf, that dude across the way that wants to hit that last bit of blunt that you have, that one person that doesn't bring anything to the potluck, the raisins in the fucking coleslaw, which did happen while I was on tour. Like, take a pick.
I
Scrub.
don't agree with raisins and coleslaw.
I do not. That is a bad move.
I feel like you invited the devil in by choosing to eat coleslaw. So there you go.
You do invite the devil in. That is some Satan motherfucking shit. Okay,
coleslaw is not where good choices started from, so bad choices are bound to follow.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. The
I will
devil's lettuce is coleslaw.
The devil's lettuce is coleslaw. That is an accurate statement.
Yep. Raisins in the fucking coleslaw.
All right, raisins in the coleslaw. You'll never escape whatever the children are named. Saints of San Sequestro. Shubs, I'm gonna predict that you're already gonna feel like they lost the battle.
Okay.
Because 10 out of 10 for you.
Okay.
This is the person you're battling against.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So-
word.
So I feel like Shubs is already on they lost. But I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna look at the lyrics.
I'm listening. I just can't
Little
find
long-
this fucking track. Yeah, that's a long fucking
Little long
intro.
on the intro. Should have come in right before this round. When you do those pause vocals, you got to be real cautious on the disjointed come-ins. Not for not being on time. It's all on time.
Yeah.
But you can't have meaningless word and then pause. Like I pause, then into it. Very Hellifino cook.
But it ain't
Because it's on that waltz.
Yeah.
The vocals are mixed a little quiet on that hook. Bring them up. This is a little storybook,
Yeah.
which normally in nerdcore is fine, but in a diss rap, and again, you're Count Olaf, so like there's a reason to be a bit more theatrical.
Yeah, like the delivery with the theatrics is on.
Yeah, your tone's all up and down
Yeah,
and
like,
very
that's-
enthusiastic.
Yeah, that's.
I think it's a good song, but against a straight up diss track, which is what Shubs and Arda put up, it doesn't nail it as much.
Nah, I mean, it's a good POV, right? But
Yeah, it's a good POV.
these kids would just be sitting there you know what I'm saying? Alright, you still didn't get the money, you know. So
Yeah, but an overall good track. But definitely, in my opinion, I like where you were going with the hook. I think
Yeah.
you need more time on it to tweak a bunch of different vocal layers
Yep.
and weird harmonies and stuff. Really lean into the Hellifino aspect of that hook, because that's where it's going. I don't know. I'm gonna be nice to that one. I like the hook. I like the overall. I think you were on point. I don't think you had a bunch of punchlines I liked. You had a lot of good interiors about the property, but not.
They didn't hit.
I don't. I didn't even feel it. So it's a 6. It's a 6. So obviously extra creds run that round. Hey, next one is Sam the Sucker, Lord of the Rings, a Sam disc by FLOW.
Fashionably late. Oh well. You try to tell me Sam why scared these plans be twice as ass as the donkey's backside. But the more things about which you only fantasize. Love from Mel says his name. You think I wanna fantasize? Angels, hold me for quest because I said before. Planning and smoking grass, the only thing you're looking for. Painted on the greatness before first breakfast, rest assured to do great feats. You ain't got the right pedicure. There's a great harvest, know that I'll be peerless. Names given because of my fame will be tearless.
So this is being delivered. Number 1, the beat is too quiet. Number 2, the drums are too low and the low end is too low on it. Number 3, this is kind of being delivered like somebody who's real good at freestyle, rapping in rhythm with the beat, but sort of just spitting the lines as they come to them. This is a little better.
I know. Yeah, I like that part. That was good flow.
Yeah, but the first half of the...
Yeah, it was rough. Wait, oh, sorry. Ooh.
No, this felt like a battle rap. The mix was a little rough. The vocals were a bit too loud for the beat, or the beat was too quiet for the vocals, really. It's good. It's good flow-wise, but it feels a little disconnected until you get into the kind of the second half of it.
Yeah.
And then it gels and it feels very listenable. So, like, overall, a decent song. Make the beat a little bit lower and a little bit louder. Good, actually pretty good punchlines, pretty good little disses. But it still had a kind of a feel of freestyle in it a little bit, where it's sometimes you lean too hard on the obvious. But, you know, it felt loose. If I'd seen it live in a rap battle, I would have been like, that was a dope thing. No hook. Couldn't have existed outside of this thing, so I gotta give it a 7. But I think it could, with a little bit of production tweaking and everything, that could easily become an 8. Which is a good score. An 8 out of 10 is a good score. Alright, let's get into this one. So the response to the Sam diss is the Frodo diss, and it's Mr. Frodo by Dystopia. And I knew it. I knew that when they gave Dystopia a diss track, he would not actually do a diss track.
Oh, really?
Jeremy doesn't believe him.
Why not?
Because they're negative. They're about tearing others down. Yeah, it's not serious, but
I mean, it's an aspect of hip hop, though.
it is. But
So I mean, it's his prerogative if
Yeah.
if 117 doesn't want to do a diss track.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, stick to your principles.
yeah, if you're doing it, but it absolutely is. I feel like it was important to at least play with the idea of being negative about something.
Word.
I also don't think it's rapping. I think it's singing the whole time.
He's got a great singing voice.
Yep.
I appreciate when he gets on and does some singings. Yeah. Oh shit, it's hella dark here. I'm gonna open the light.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to judge this since it's not within the realms of the expected round. It's a catchy song. It's a little slow. It's very pleasant sounding. The chorus works. I like the melody choices for the vocals. It's really spaced out though, so if I'm judging things on vocal tricks, I don't know how I feel about it so far. I suppose I can only judge this based on how many times I'd want to re-listen to this. And whereas I think this is cute, it's a little slow for me to want to hear it a bunch of times. It would need like a good music video cut for me to want to listen to this a bunch.
Yeah.
It'd be a good thing to close the show out with.
Word.
But again, I'd still want it to pace up a bit more. So in that way, I don't know if I think it's as good as other dystopia songs that have been submitted this round.
Yeah.
But I'm not docking it because it was just because it was a song, or even just because it was a diss or wasn't a diss. It's very heartfelt.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, there we go.
So I'm gonna give it a 6 because I don't think I'm gonna listen to it again, and that has everything to do with the pace of the song. It's just not my jam.
Mm-hmm.
Call it the fault of a former metalhead. Yeah, like it's very catchy.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm glad I stick around for the lead though.
Word. This is good. I like this part. That's with it.
But we're gonna have to move on because we only got so much time.
So much time.
So yeah, 6 out of 10, maybe a 7, but not really nearly what I come to expect from dystopia. I totally understand why audience might have voted higher on it if this is more your jam, your style music. Yeah, it did not meet the round requirements.
Yeah.
And so in that way. This is The Race, The Tortoise and the Hair diss by The Tortoise. This will be Gross Beats.
Yay.
I like that he does a voice. He kind of does the voice of it.
I'm happy with that.
Okay, so my first note on this one is that I like this beat. I don't know if I would have been comfortable with the laughing in the background for it the whole time. It's not that it's bad, it's a distraction. I feel like it distracts a bit. Like I would have definitely had it coming into the verse and then eliminated it if possible, and then had it come back on the hook, and then maybe hit it in on certain particular punchline bars so that it really gives the effect of laughing, if I were to like arrange this. Gross Beats is killing it.
Yeah.
See?
That was dope.
See, Gross Angel's really going after it verse flow-wise.
He always does though. He's a solid MC.
Yeah.
Like, oh hell yeah! I would say
This is one of his better verse works, just because he keeps it interesting the whole time. And I like the outro with the weird laugh
Word.
twist.
Yeah.
That's weird. But like, I think that's really my only note for this track. It doesn't really have a chorus per se, but the break, they say go, I'm ready. That gold I'm getting, they throw confetti, I'm slow and steady, was clutch because it's a short song, and that gives it the break it needed. And it comes into the break real well because some of his strongest work is right at the end of the first verse, so it's like the flow's real good.
yeah.
There's good
Yeah, I'm with
punchlines in it. There's good multis in it. It just feels good to listen to.
Word. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously I fucks with it.
Yeah,
So,
no, it's
I mean,
good.
I feel like a lot of times because like Bill Beats is my partner in crime, like I have to like kind of omit like a lot of my critique because I've heard like usually I will hear like the beats anyway.
Why aren't you more critical of those you love rather than less? That's where I come from.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still giving it a 9.
But-
It's still a 9 out of 10 for me. My judgment on the things that could be done in the production literally are things that are just time. And I think the drop in the dropping it that happens later shows that mindset is there. So just add a little bit more of it. And that might have been a 10 for me. It was really good. It was really listenable. The punchlines are there. The multis are there. The rhythms are there. Everything's on the plate.
Not gonna lie, I want to see. I would like to see that. I don't know if Gross Angel is coming to, is going to fucking what's that place called? Austin. But I hope Gross performs this song because it's gonna be a dope song live. I think, especially for a lot of folks that just like. It's just one of those where like after like something like Rest or like one of his more hyper songs. Like
it
to go
grooves
in
better.
to go in with that groove. I mean that's ill.
All right.
Also too, like a lot like with a lot of the switches that happens, it's like usually I'll hear what Nick is going for, so at the same time it's like, oh okay, well, you changed that part.
Yep.
But hooray. So
this is too slow. Tortoise and Hare. Tortoise Dish responds from Leet Geek Beef. Now this was a great pair of teams to put against each other.
It really
because
was.
They're both very talented teams that work well as flavors together.
yeah.
And but they're very different, right? Beefy
Yeah.
is not Gross Angel. Tanner is not Bill Beats. And so like the differences here are very strong.
I am curious as to how the teams were matched up.
I don't know, but I do know that it was right to give Beefy the hair.
Yeah.
It
makes sense too. Yeah.
If you're like, I need fast bars delivered with high energy.
It's like, oh right, it's Beefy. There you go.
I believe they probably both sampled off the same animation score. Because there's that one key classic cartoon with it.
Oh yeah. Maybe. Can you put the lyrics up?
Ooh. Slipped a little bit into that Midwest chop. verse works.
Jesus fucking Christ, this is... Dare
I
I
love this
say, this
breakdown.
is like... Nice. This is a fucking good matchup.
I like that he slows down for the second verse. He's like, I gave you fast, and I'm wearing down through it, as the hair does.
Yeah,
with his
doesn't the hair
cockiness.
doesn't the hair like fall asleep or some shit?
Yeah, he takes
like,
a nap.
And that's how
Sleeps in, and he loses.
legit slept on the tortoise's game.
Yes.
He legit slept on that, literally.
Yeah, he even gets into it here. Skit wherein Beefy doesn't break kayfabe.
I appreciate their skits. They're in...
And then this communicates the, oh shit, I'm late, I might lose this, so well.
Word. What So what I like about, like, Beefy and Tanner have, like, these fun little skits that they do. It's
Yeah.
very much on brand of them, because that was on, like, their last...
Yeah.
Like, a lot of their skits are on their last release.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're fun little breaks.
No, Beefy,
you know?
Beefy and Tanner really know how to make a Beefy and Tanner song to be interesting the whole way through.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't even really matter what the song's about, because you're like, oh, well, he's going to spit really clever bars.
Yep.
He's going to do like 8 to 12 flow change-ups throughout it. And it's going to go fast, it's going to go slow, it's going to be up and down. And then the chorus is going to be right in the right energy. I think the real clutch thing for me on this is the cut after the hook, where it gets kind of like out of time sync and then just lands right back to it. It feels real comfortable and everything instrumentally, where they're just doing the fun little sample piece.
Yeah.
of
Nah,
it.
I fucks with both
Yeah,
of this.
no,
Like, this
is good.
This is a fucking draw, frankly, because like
this-
there's
I got to give this one a 9 too.
they're like
This
like
is really good.
there's a lot that's great with both of these.
Yeah, the biggest critique I have for this, and it was a choice that you kind of made and you had to kind of stick with, there's nothing you can do about it, is that the beginning of it is so fast you can't hear the punchlines that are happening. It's just too fast. And you only have a few weeks to practice it. You don't have time to really get it so crisp verbally that every word comes out enunciated perfection. So there's nothing. So that's my big counter to it. Yeah, overall though, it's another 9 out of 10. So good work.
Yeah, good job. I realize I tell everybody good job, but I mean it.
You mean it. You mean
I
it when it comes
fucking
to
mean
gross beats.
No, I
And Leak Geek Beef. Also, all the other people
just
that you
all
say
the other
good job.
people. Yeah, like if I didn't like your track, you're not gonna hear me say that.
All right. Speaking of not liking tracks,
What?
Pinky and the Mancubus
Oh.
watching you. This is me and Mark as
Big Brother, right?
as Big Brother. Yeah.
Okay, that's right. All right, y'all
This
had
is the most
1984.
accurately handed to my whiteness that they could have given as a subject. It's like,
Word.
total fascism. That's me.
So I guess Wit chose the characters. We all knew that, but I guess she chose the teams.
Okay.
The pair-ups were chosen. Okay. So that was not random.
That was not fully random.
Okay. Good job.
I can bring this down a little bit because I don't want it to override the vocals.
You know what this harkens me to? The da na 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 na.
Yeah.
Da, na, 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 na.
It is from the Eurythmics album from the movie 1984.
Got it. Okay. I did want this turned up, my bad.
just strings. If it's this first glorious sin, a victorious king, laborious win, a notorious sin, you notorious friend, a citizen, there's no opening statements and tales, or sheep to be free to go around in the end with the ass in it. Well, trouble, but the flesh, the laziness, the apathy, the egoist, the quest, the need, the bullying, the ego, self-accepted appetite, the beaches, the fear, the there are only four lights. Say it, twist, spy, twice. Say it, free is your light. Say it, no need to record, right? Say it, so we're watching you. Cause you need to be seen, yeah, we're watching you. Through the lens, through the screen, yeah, we're watching you. Step in line, be aware, yeah, we're watching you. Cause nobody else cares, yeah, we're watching you. Cause you need to be seen, yeah, we're watching you. Through the lens, through the screen, yeah, we're watching you. Step in line, be aware, yeah, we're watching you. Cause nobody else cares.
Hi, Beaker.
That's not what your country is doing for you, but what you need to do to bring country to greatness. Hate it for 2 minutes, cause that's all you got left inside. Never mind facility and freedom that you left behind. I like you to find anyone in yourself. Your voice was the time, so you the joy to the joy of many. You're not enough, you're meek, you will journal mad words, but your course is illegal. Better off now than you were. The truth, this is how it's always been. Wi-Fi, what's the use? Who controls the past is now controlling of the future. Past the expiration date. What is all this self-abuse? Proclaim the only liberty that anyone can truly hold. Place your boot upon yourself and for your health. There are only four lights. Say it, two plus two is five, right? Say it, free is your light. Say it, no need to record, right? Say it, so we're watching.
Okay, and then it goes back into the chorus. There's an
Okay.
outro, but I'm gonna start talking about it now. All right, so things I would have done differently on this. I didn't mean to do two straight up like a bridge and two straight up hooks on this. It's just sort of how the song turned out.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like your structure.
Yeah.
What's it called? Sorry, I'm gonna go
Go on.
ahead and give my critique for you. The structure is great. It's something that y'all haven't done. I do like that you're switching the flow up a lot. Like
Yeah.
you're switching your cadence up in the places that I would envision them being switched up, right?
Yeah.
It's not like I would have liked to see you punch harder at Citizen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're like, you know, like, yeah, we get it, you're watching them and whatever, but like you're watching them because they're like they must be controlled. I'm controlling you
Yeah.
because you're lesser
You're pathetic.
than, you're
Yeah.
pathetic,
Yeah.
whatever. And I would have liked to see that more explicitly expressed.
I would have asked Mark to do a couple drops at specific points so that those lines could get a bit more
Yeah.
across.
Yeah,
Because
and
they're
you
in
ha-
there.
you-
It's just
yeah, they're
it's
in
very
there.
fast.
Yeah.
I will say, yeah. So there's that. If I'm talking about diss track, in my opinion, I fully failed in the way that I didn't make a "you're a piece of shit" track. I made a "we know better than you" track. Left to your own devices, you'd fail. And that's not quite a diss or a rap battle track, and so I don't think I went hard enough at it. But that's all right, because at the end, I really like this song overall. It's probably the first one. So what's going to happen with this song? Sometime end of first quarter 2020,
2020,
so March-ish,
March.
there will be an album that I'm releasing as Steve.
Yeah.
And that album will have rewritten lyrics in the same cadence, in the same flow, with a lot of the same rhyme schemes.
Okay.
And everything, with better singers singing all of the singing part. Don't worry about that.
Okay, word.
And it will be on the album. It's going to be an
Dope.
album track. There's going to be some live
That's
drums
exciting.
recording.
I'm with that.
Mark did a great job on this beat.
Hell yeah.
It's grooving. It's sexy.
This is y'all's best showing.
Yeah, I think this is the best one. I think
And
this is the most cohesive we've been.
Yeah.
And it really showed on this one. This has been my favorite one.
Word.
And that's why I want it on the album.
Yeah.
I'm going to give myself a 10 because always
Good.
support yourself.
Yeah, good job,
in reality,
Steve.
because I didn't meet the need, in my opinion, of being a real diss track, this couldn't have gone past a 7 for me.
Uh-huh.
But that had nothing. Mark's production was good. He laid the guitar down at the very end. It was nice and sexy.
Yeah. I fucks with it.
I gave him a lot of vocal tracks. He had a lot to manage. There are definitely quadrupulous vocals on the hook.
But no, that's great, right?
Yeah.
Because especially since y'all don't live in the same state, right? Y'all aren't local to each other. Like that's a great thing to do, is just to give your producer like so many fucking options.
And then let him. I gave him.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is what I put together. You give him the
Yeah.
example, right? If you're not doing this, by the way, rappers, do this for your producers.
Yep.
Bounce an example track of where you as an MC are kind of envisioning the song to do. You don't have to do it well. It can sound ugly. It can be mixed all wrong. But like you're like, oh, I think echo here, and like this is where I kind of foresee the harmony being volume wise. Do that because it helps the producer in another state have a conversation with you that they normally have with you in the booth in production.
Yep.
So please do that. If you're not doing that, please do that. After this next one, we're gonna jump right from me. I think I win that because the team
By
that was
default,
supposed to do that. So I win by default. White guy. Just no challenges. Just automatic win. It's been my whole life. I'm from the suburbs and I'm upper middle class. Up here. Win by default.
Play the damn track, Steves.
What? I can't celebrate the privileges in my life?
No.
You should have them too, I agree.
Yeah.
You should also win by default, Shubs.
Yeah. It takes me 4 times as. Anyway, that's a whole. Let me tell you something.
That's a whole different
tell
thing.
You something.
Moby Dick and Ahab diss, and this is by Not Dead Yet.
I think what's funny about people sharing my live stream, because Beaker just did that. I don't think people that are friends of mine on Facebook can see it.
Yeah.
And will I be accepting friend requests today? No. Can you turn it up?
Yes, I can.
Not a privileged fist pump, Steve. Tia.
Love you, Tia.
Love the build-up.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
that fucking build-up.
Again, if anything can be taken away from VPC 6, it's that Ryako knows how to fucking produce.
Yes, she does. Stop sleeping on my fucking sister,
Yeah.
y'all. Stop sleeping on my
Get
sister.
beats from them. They are fantastic. They're gonna be big.
Yep. And she does it all. She sings, she raps, she acts, she dances, she produces. She's the whole package. Like, what else
I
is there?
do one of those things.
You do a good two-step, Steve.
I even mentioned the word two-step in a song I wrote.
Just one here. Just
Yep. Step to the side. I watched the movie Hitch. I know what's up. Oh, it might be Kevin James of Nerdcore. Anyway, this song's really good. The vocal effects on the hypes. So, this feels like a Moby Dick song.
It's got that kind of like it feels kind of Pirates of the Caribbean-y.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
very
Like,
on the sea.
Yeah. Shit. Sorry, y'all on live stream. I hella forgot to like type in what song we're on.
We're already too far gone.
Yeah, we're too far gone. I'm sorry,
too
y'all.
far gone. It's okay.
I gotta remember to do that.
Next time.
I really do. I mean, we only got one
This
more
is
round
good.
left for that, but
This is a good track. I feel like
I agree,
Kill
Tia.
and Ryako really go well together.
They
I feel
do.
like whatever effort that she's put into working with him and him with her, it's really created like some of Kill's best rap as well. So if that's just how y'all are gelling together, great teamwork.
yeah.
Great track, top shelf. Chorus is good, punches are there. Feels like a diss track, but feels like a song. Way over the top.
Yep.
Getting people to sing along. You got a sing along portion. With a call response, like live, this would go well. It's just good. I'm gonna throw it a 10. I love it. I got no notes. Next one is, this one is and it wins. It won, by the way, because no one responded. But it probably would have won anyway. Dead and Loving It, Dracula, Van Helsing, Dis by Surtek.
All right. Whew.
So quiet.
Professor Abraham Van Helsing, PhD.
Beats too quiet on the mix.
Yeah.
I can only bring it up to the star, or else it's going to eat up all of our critiques. Yes.
Huge.
See, this is punchline-y diss. Yeah, these are this is very much in the style of epic rap battles of history, where it's about those punchlines and references, which in nerdcore, if you're gonna battle rap and you're not good at writing just straight diss bars, this is the place to go. Some people are good at writing straight diss bars. Other people need to just be funny. Yeah. The chorus is kind of terrible, but like I like the lead in with the "I'm Dracula, I'm dead and loving it," but then it just sort of meanders. But it's a good track. I think this is a good track. I think it's a fun diss.
Yeah, solid.
It's a good character performance.
No one's upset.
No one's upset. I
No.
think it's a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah, good job.
Beat was way too quiet. Could have been an 8. Beat was better mixed in and a little bit punchier.
Yeah, I agree, Celine. Like, I'm not really into epic rap battles of history myself. I'm just not. It's just not my swag.
Yeah. I watched them all and have.
Like, I mean, I argue, like, there are songs that, like, our community has made that just slang harder, that just slap harder
Oh,
than,
yeah, that's
than
not...
fucking, like, Epic. Like, I really do. I'm just kind of like, well, this is dope that y'all got these views, but y'all are sleeping on this community that can do this and do this better.
Yeah, there's definitely better character things, but I think the point of ERB is mostly just to kind of have fun with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course,
and that's the thing is it's not like they came in being like we're the best hip hop artists or we're making the best songs. They're just like, wouldn't it be fun to watch rap battles with historical and fictional characters?
Yeah.
And then they just did the production work the best on YouTube at the time, as far as for the videos.
Right.
They just put together some stuff, and their old stuff, their first few videos aren't even that great.
Yeah.
Or they're just not. They don't look amateur. They look very deliberate.
Word. So and you know, Celine brings up a great point here where they say they just almost have terrible bars and feel more like they're in the making fun of rap category, which I loathe. I agree.
I don't think they're making fun of rap at all.
No. I mean, like, I don't like the whole like making fun of rap category.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, there are folks that they've had that I argue like put off that I'm making fun of rap vibe, but there are some folks that they have on there that will definitely like come at this with respect to the culture.
I think at the end of the day, it's just about whether you think rap can just be a media form, like a media type, for entertainment.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And if that bothers you a little bit, if there's no really respect, although, truth told, Epic Lloyd, at least, I don't know enough about Nice Peter, but Epic Lloyd, is absolutely an MC. Okay. And has very talented bars.
All right.
And other things.
All right. I mean, I'll look into that.
Yeah. So if you don't like that, you could look into he used to do a bunch of bully diss bars where people write in about people that were picking on him, and then he would do diss bars on them as a person being like, "Fuck you for picking on this person and making them feel bad."
How dare you?
Yeah. We're gonna jump to the questions because you're gonna have to go. So we're gonna jump to the questions.
Oh well, I mean, I still have a bit of time.
But I want to make sure those get done with you.
Okay.
Because we've only got like 6 or 7 more, but.
All right. So Q&A, and for those of you that are on the live stream, if you have any questions for us, ask them now or forever hold your peace. So, this first series of questions comes to us from Tia A.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking this is geared toward me because I was the one on tour.
All right. I'll answer tarot questions.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I totally will.
No.
It's something that I barely know anything about, so of course I'm an expert.
Oh, God. All right, so what has been your favorite city of the tour? My favorite city, hands down, well...
Seattle.
Yeah. 206. No,
206.
I didn't do the Seattle stop, but my favorite city... Oh, shit. Okay, in terms of crowd participation, I would say Phoenix showed us the most love. They were, like, right there. They were loud. They were rowdy. Fucking loved it. Yep. Shizmat and then another fan of ours was also there, and so they were like front and center, so they brought up that energy. Shizmat knows like all of Boomers Volume 1, which I'm just like, oh, that's that's hella dope. Nice. Like it's very dope. So excuse me, it's great to see them out, but like I thrive off of crowd participation, so if a crowd is just hella lip dick and like lukewarm with their response back, I just lay hella into them like, what the fuck, you've seen me.
Is that not how all crowds are for all performers?
God. And did you try any of the local cuisine? If so, what was the most poppin'est? So Bill Beats and I went to, there was, oh God, I can't remember the barbecue in Kansas City, but we went to Desh and his partner Bonnie took us to this barbecue restaurant, and it slapped. So that was good. We got some barbecue in. We also went to Rudy's. I had a really delightful baked potato with brisket on it and all the fixings. It was correct. And then
Batman approved brisket on a baked potato.
Yo. And then in Austin, we stumbled upon a new favorite spot when we were at South by Southwest earlier this year called Chewy's. So we had to go back. And those were the places that I enjoyed. Since Twilight was supposed to be set in Forks, Washington, how y'all feel about these fang bang lit hoes?
How do you feel about them, Shubs?
Oh, Lord. What to say about a fang bang lit hoe, except, I mean, you know, when you are homemade, you are homemade.
I don't know, like, alright, Twilight isn't very good literature, and it has a lot of very odd problems about how people should relate to romance.
It really does.
But in the same vein, I don't know if I can really get too trashy on the fandom, especially the younger fandom.
Yeah.
Older people should know better, but the younger fandom, it's like, man, if I look at the music I listen to, like, I went to all 3 Austin Powers movies in the theater, right? Like, I made bad choices.
That is a bad choice.
So I can't really get too hypocritical on it. That being said, Forks, Washington is not worth going to.
I've never been to
there.
Forks, Washington.
I've been there, not for Twilight reasons.
I mean,
I've
I'm
just
born
been
and raised Southside Seattle. Never been to Forks, Washington.
Yeah, don't go. Don't go.
Oh, I also do want to say sorry, backtracking in the Phoenix show. My sister Rachel, came through as well.
Oh, neat.
And that was a delight and a treat, because Bill Beats and I got a chance to hang out with her the following night.
Oh, nice.
So that was good. We went for pie, we got biscuits and honey with chive butter. We really tried to fucks with the chive butter. I tried to. And I took one for the team and tried it with the honey, and it was
Chives and honey don't go together.
No, chives and honey do not go together.
Don't do it.
The server came up and gave it to us with what Rachel said, a flourish, and it just was.
Don't do it. You want to fuck with some butter? You want to fuck with some butter for some honey for some biscuits? Cinnamon butter. It happens.
Or
and it's
how
a gift.
about just good old salted whip butter? Why do you have?
Why do you hate change so much?
No, I don't hate change.
Why are you afraid of change, Shubs?
I'm not afraid of change. I think change is great, but when it's done wrong, you fucked up.
Yeah, you swing big. You either hit big or you miss big. There's no in between.
Yeah, so thank you for that question, Tia. Another question comes to us from Artemis T.
Well, I know so many Artemis T's. Which Artemis T could it be?
So, best show of the tour. Well, the Phoenix one was really dope. I'm always gonna go back to that one. I really liked, because of the venue, our last show, the Whiskey A Go Go show. Just because it was a venue that whose stage has been graced by many a giants. So for Bill Beats and I to be on that stage too it was dope. It was humbling. I might have gotten emotional because it's me and I'm a mess, and Bill Beats holding it down emotionally for the squad.
Bill Beats is a fucking stone. I will cry on a commercial, and Bill Beats is just Bill Beats will watch a puppy get shot in the face, and he'll just look at it, and he's like, "That's an incorrect action." Oh, he is a stone, man. Bill Beats doesn't have tears. He has fucking hi-hats that drip down from his eyes. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he has emotion.
But yeah, so that
He's rock
was
solid then.
we didn't really have. I don't think we really had a worst show of the tour there. I mean, there are times where I would drop bars or what have you, but I mean, for me, a lot of it is based on crowd interaction. What? Oh,
I'm just listening.
Okay, a lot of it is based on crowd interaction. So when a crowd is lukewarm, like, yeah, I'm gonna lay heavy-handed in on them, but they usually like rise to the occasion and warm up to me. So yeah, there's that. What did I learn about being on the road that is the most important thing? There were many. Oh, AAA Ron is home. So I would say the one thing that served us well was preparedness. So before Bill Beats and I went on tour, we had an itinerary set up of where we were going to stay, including like places like friends' homes. Like we made sure we got that on lock. We had our tour van all ready to go. That was rented out from the get-go.
Yeah.
We are going to, next time we go on a tour of this length, we are going to get the unlimited mileage package, because we went over our mileage plan in Phoenix. So.
And there's a lot of road to cover from Phoenix to LA to here.
Wait, we didn't drive from LA to here.
You flew.
Yeah,
okay,
we flew.
So there's a lot of road to cover from Phoenix to La La Land.
But I would say that was like the biggest. I would say that was like one of the largest lessons. Is just being prepared. It's like any trip you would take. Be prepared.
It's a lot. It's like any trip you would take, but by the number of tour dates you have. So you have to prepare each time.
Yeah.
Like it's a standalone trip. You have to book your hotel. You have to do all the things.
Yeah.
You have to know where you're gonna. You have to know what you're gonna do in your downtime, right?
Yeah, have a plan, and also, wow, I'm like, there's so many things that I think might be it might be like its own like little thing I post later.
Yeah.
But also having a plan for supplemental income. So for a lot of you, you might have seen Bill Beats and I post about the GoFundMe that we were running. Thank you for those of y'all that chipped in. We're working on y'all's perks right now. We've got a few songs already laid out. It's great. But having that supplemental income handy for in case when things like don't pan out financially.
Yep.
For us, fortunately, it did. So again, thank you. And I think those are all the questions. I know Celine wanted to make sure that we covered who we thought won.
Which we did for the most part. I'm sure we skipped around, but.
Yeah, I think so. So that's what we did. Or you could do, yeah. But then again, it's like, it goes back, Celine, to that preparedness. Like, okay, we didn't lock in a hotel or whatever. We got a tent. It's another plan, you know, that y'all had. And
it's also, if you're hitting the same cities over and over again, it's a little easier because you have friends like Crunkwich.
Oh shit!
Hits up a lot of the same cities. You got it. You caught it.
Right.
Hits up a lot of the same cities. They stay at people's houses, right? So if you have friends, if you have people you're comfortable with that have guest rooms and stuff like that, don't feel bad if they're offering, right? Do it. Take it. There's nothing wrong with that. Saves you bare minimum like $65-$70 that night at a hotel or finding a camping spot.
Word, exactly. So yeah, I think
that's it for the questions.
I think those are all for the Q&A, which had nothing to do with the VPC,
Very little
but
to do with
you
the
know,
VPC.
thank you for those questions, and I really appreciated being able to answer
Haven't listened
stuff.
to it yet. Best song of the round, Songbot Co. I'm just calling it right now. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm a fanboy. I'm a stand for them. We're gonna lose Shubs right now.
No, we're not. I'm still on.
We powering through?
Yeah,
okay.
we're powering through.
All right, let's get into this next one. I think that's this one.
Because I'm ready for this next one.
I'm not gonna step off. I didn't realize it was Sleeping Dragon.
Yeah, like
you
don't sleep on Sleeping Dragons ever.
I have high expectations.
Turn it up. Oh wait, damn it.
I'll turn it up.
The capital's
rebelling when you try to build on. It's so seldom president, still you get the elbow.
Ah!
My arrow cut the souls like old bows. I'm shooting crows and sparrows. All the soldiers in the narrows. Out in the coals and shadows. The mocking Jay has grown. Striking blows for those that have been image composed. Mainly it's gold, mainly it's rose and radiant grows. With Savior flows, beware the smoke. With a passion and presence of the divine present. I'm aiming at the present. With precise visions, they hear me like old religion and apparition. The lone victim on a mission. Liberating citizens and innocents. I'm a dance with the discipline, the militant. With the spirit of grace, a volunteer in the vision of renegades to the millennium. Let's finish him, collective venison. Skin them all like some venison. Hell yeah, it's medicine. When I step in the capital, Lord of Tennyson. And I got some embellishments that'll collect.
I like that there's all these lyrics that aren't even written. These are the diss bars I was waiting for. Alright.
That is a fucking diss track. Oh, it's a sound clip.
It's the thing. John Moore bar. Alright. That definitely had some sick little burns in it.
Yeah, well, like the punchlines were there. Like the attack is there, and that's what I think a lot of these other fucking tracks are missing. Shoutouts to all of my fucking sisters and my siblings out here, because why is it that we had the hardest fucking shit? Yes, you can at me on that, you can quote me on that shit. Like my sisters, my siblings, we brought it fucking hard. Mm-hmm. We attacked, we gave you punchlines, we did not pull any punches. Like, study, learn this well, gentlemen. Like, don't sleep on the female hive mind in this community, because then you get shit like this where prowess is coming after you. Like, y'all thought, but that's fine. You know, like, that's fine. Do not sleep on prowess, like, ever. Like, if you nap on her, you're gonna lose out. Like, I mean, I'm sitting here like nodding my head, kind of leaning back, because like it was only a matter of time. I mean, if any of Sleeping Dragon's rounds didn't already hint to you, if you didn't already catch the fucking hint, if you hadn't looked up Prowess and what her squad is up to, like, you probably fucking should at this point, because if what my sister brought surprised you, get with the program. Get with the fucking program.
I think so. I disagree. Not with any of that. Yeah, no one should be sleeping on Prowess. She's, as I've said before, she might be the best MC in the competition.
Agreed.
She's definitely one of the best writers and people that can flow out there.
And it changes up too. That's the other thing.
Yeah, she definitely changes up. I'm gonna put aside the things that she did on this that were very much off the dome style rapping, where it isn't like locked in. It isn't. You know, I've already talked about that. Where I really like things that ride the beat, and so when things don't ride the beat or come back to the beat really fairly quickly or deliberately, I notice, and it's just not my jam. But I've said before, that's a thing for me. That's not like value judgment, because it's not like that's new in hip hop. And it's obviously, you know, very deliberate. It's not Prowess not knowing what to do. She definitely knows what to do.
Yeah, off the dome.
I will say the first verse did not have the punchlines, did not have the attack bars I wanted. It was the first verse was about Katniss and about what she was gonna do. And I want in a diss rap battle the things that came in right off the jump at the second verse. By the way, Prowess, recognizing that you can do a diss battle in literature and use other fucking literature. There's no reason to not do that. Because
why not? Why not?
Other media. Number 2, good connection with the properties. I think my biggest problem with how people perceive Prowess is when you hear Prowess, because she's so good, she's so talented, and she's so core, has so much of what core hip-hop is about as a mastery in her toolkit. For nerdcore fans that they might like Dash, they might listen to a lot of the NPC Collective, they might do that. When Prowess comes in, she's one of the most straight bars hip-hop sounding, and then if you follow her page, she's fucking got her look down. She's got, like, when she's out there performing, it all feels that. And then the great thing about her is that when you dig down deep, Prowess is gonna out-nerd you like 9 out of 9 times. She, like, from the moment this thing came on, if any of y'all don't know what these are, get at me. I will explain these properties to you. Right?
Not only has she read them, she got a son that reads this shit too.
Nobody needs to prove how nerdy they are or aren't.
No.
But it's great that Prowess takes that and it's like, I don't have to prove it, but I'm gonna let you know sometimes. And I love that in a person that just doesn't care if they're perceived as nerdy because they're comfortable in it. Yeah. They know it. They live themselves. Prowess just crushes it. In this one, though, I feel like because so much of it was the looser style of delivery, where it's not that she was wandering, it's not that she was offbeat in a way that wasn't like, I'm going to deliver this however I can. It's that she was comfortable walking around on the beat, but she did it for too long for me. She changed up her flow, so it stayed interesting, but it was just endless. Like, I'm on rhythm roughly, but I'm willing to let my rhymes and my punchlines kind of go in places, and it's not always deliberate scheme work. It's not always deliberate tricks. It's just sort of where the lines make me feel like I want to rap them.
Okay.
And it's on purpose in the way that the whole style is on purpose. But it means that it edits it out. I also feel like that chorus was great, and I was getting a little bit of old Destiny's Child vibes on how the harmonies came in.
I was hearing some Mary J.
Some Mary J, yeah. But I don't feel like the producer did a great job at mixing that chorus well. All of my qualms being said, the interior rhymes, the deliveries, the references, the punchlines, the being on thing, still a motherfucking 9. Still a 9. Because I couldn't talk during it because I was too busy listening to it and enjoying how well it was written.
Nah, I
It would have
fucks
been
with
a
it,
10
yeah.
if it would have been a bit more controlled and prepared. I also feel like from her social media, it was pretty clear that she had to do this last minute because she's super fucking busy. And I think
Yeah.
that comes in the production,
Yep.
where it's like not a lot of time to produce, which means it's not as clean.
But I mean, I think Prowse had mentioned in the live stream that there's going to be some more polish, a little bit more elbow grease and all that shit.
I'm
So
100% sure if she decides to put it on there, nothing about Prowess is non-deliberate, right?
Yeah.
Like it's all choices, it's exact choices. So there's no question. Like it's me being like, this isn't my thing, but not that it's untalented.
word. Good. Nary a 1 on this, because I swear to shit, if somebody gives this a 1,
these numbers are right. 8, 9s, and 10s. That's
Yeah.
where this lives.
Yeah,
The
like-
7 is even questionable, but I understand.
7 sus, but whatever.
I understand if you're very much like me, and you're like the production on the hook, even the raw of the hook was right. The production wasn't there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But this is how you do it, folks.
Yep,
That's
how
you do it.
You do this for a diss track every round. No one's gonna not be able to say that you don't know how to rap out.
Yeah,
Everyone's going to be like, yeah, no, you don't want to spit against this person.
Yeah, you don't. Like,
It's good no one went against her directly because they would have lost.
yeah, that would have been. That's a big fucking mistake. But you know,
All
the
right.
choices we make.
Hey folks, so an edit to this one. This is the late upload for 2 Yoke Bros Judgments on VPC round 4. I realize now, late at night, about 1:30 in the morning, that we never reviewed any of the tracks of Everyone After Sleeping Dragons. We must have gotten interrupted. I was probably supposed to do it on my own, and I completely forgot. So we are going to do that right now, real fast. I did listen to them all multiple times, but I never got around to it. So I am going to pull it up right now on my laptop, and I'm going to turn the sound down because we're recording on the laptop speaker because it's late at night, and I'm just sitting out here in my backyard, smoking my hookah, waiting for the raccoons to make an appearance. So, I do not remember where we left off. And I am going to find out. We left off on Sleeping Dragons. And so there's only 2, 4, 6, 7 tracks to review. So I'm going to review them real fast based off what I remember the moment I begin to hear the songs. Thank you very much for putting up with this. And let's get into it.
Yes, an educated man seems to always have a plan. An educated man stood where others often fled. He keeps his family in check and does his dealings with the dead. So I wish you luck, Jack. You broke in on a mental.
So I remember this because I really liked the beat on this one.
An educated man, I trust, would be more
I
aware.
feel like the delivery is very confident and very in its set, but it doesn't exactly inspire a lot of interest at the beginning. The drum break is pretty entertaining there.
No, you barely got a shimmer. Until your psyche starts to
I'm gonna be
splinter.
skipping around a little bit on
For
these.
reasons that you recently don't remember, I'll keep playing you like a puppet, thinking you're getting your life together.
Yeah, see, it picks up a little bit later. I might have brought tricks in a little bit earlier to grab the audience interest. The beat for a song that is, what is this, 4 minutes? For a song that's 4 minutes, I don't think the beat does quite enough, and I think it feels like it begins to meander around a little bit. It's not that the beat doesn't add layers and change up, it just isn't enough to hold me. That's what puts this song at a 6 or a 7 out of 10 versus like an 8 or a 9. So I would trim the song down in length, pull the tricks earlier on to catch the interest of the audience, the rhythmic delivery kind of scheme tricks, and then go from there. This next track is Dappersaurus. This is the 10-6 Eat Me mix. Love the beat on this one, if I recall correctly. Yeah. I love this very fast violins.
Was on my way to the tent when I saw a white rabbit. Monocle fixed on his pocket watch with a panic stop. Dead in my tracks. My face
So,
was all cockeyed.
obviously, you know, my personal feelings about how the MC chooses to rap over this aside. I think if you want a very loose delivery, you have to strip the hats completely, and keep 2 kicks and snares, and keep them very spaced apart, and make them super wide, and probably add a fair amount of reverb or echo, room noise, to really give them that, but keep the beat as simple as possible so that the rapper has as much room on the verse. You could even deliver the verse with the hats in it, or deliver the production with the hats in it to the MC to kind of give them a home location for them to come back and kind of constantly stay on rhythm. They drop the beat and it sounds more natural. It would give it a bit more of a spoken word feel, and I feel like a lot of times that's what this MC is going for. If I recall correctly, this doesn't really have a chorus that I loved. No, I don't think it does, and that is obviously not to its credit as another big 4-minute song. It has change-ups, it has drops, it has cuts, it has different vocal plays, but it seems like it does have a hook per se, but it doesn't act as a hook for me. Overall, I actually don't dislike this song as much as I don't groove on some of the Dappersaurus songs. I think there's more movement to this one, and I think it kind of goes more with the MC and what they're trying to do. So I'd probably give this one like a 5, like a 6, like another 6 out of 10 on this one. Next up, we've got One Up Funk, and this is their Little Mermaid track, Aerial Diss. So, I like this song a lot. It's a One Up Fuck song, so it's like its floor is like an 8 out of 10 for me. But I do have recommendations for the MC that I would like to see more from them. It's not necessarily required, because we all have sort of the way we all prefer to rap as another MC myself. And the second verse is so much stronger than the first. But I think that they might want to try playing around with the sort of like real sharp is the wrong word, real tightly delivered and aggressively delivered enunciation. So when they come in and out of words, they really hit the phoneme sounds very, very strongly. And so it sounds like an over-enunciation, which in nerdcore is actually not uncommon, and it's not uncommon in other rap too. But I would like to hear, just as a thing, them try to do something where they let their voice get a bit more conversational, a little bit more casual. Maybe try going with a low tone versus a high tone, and see what that does. Overall, this is a good track, and I would definitely recommend it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this. It's still an 8 out of 10. It's not my favorite track of theirs. The Go Fish and the musical interlude, or the musical break here, or melodic break here, really work. The Go Fish chorus works, this works. I think this song moves around enough, and this is a nice tight 3-minute song, which means it's very listenable as a repeat. We're going to jump to Bleak and Mild, STFU Bird, I'm Trying to Masturbate, The Raven. So, I feel like this intro is a bit long, a bit meandering. I feel like it doesn't gel well with how the verse actually begins, but I do think that it begins well once the rapping gets going. Beat's pretty decent. Yeah, I don't think anything's really super masterful here. Everything's just pretty solid. I think the mix is pretty decent. I think the levels are pretty decent. I think the vocalist is at a good space and volume compared to the beat. I think the lyrics are relatively clever, but not like super clever. And so this is a 7 out of 10 for me. Recommendations would be get a really strong chorus that's really catchy on this. Your hypes are pretty good already, and so I guess you'd have to just really play with the beat. If you played with the beat, I think you would have a more interesting structure, in my opinion. And that might move this up to an 8 or a 9, but I think it's a solid 7 out of 10. This is Songbot Co's Nevermore. This is a response to the diss. This is really nice because Songco has been really musical on the front end of their songs, and so it's nice to hear them just sort of indie spit rap. Can turn it up a little bit for more beat analysis. I also like the big reverb on this, the big room noise on this. I think it works for the sort of the theme of this diss and the theme of the character that they're rapping as. Another stellar chorus. Gives you something to come home to after listening and kind of focusing on the verse, something that you can kind of easily groove to. I think that the stilted delivery on this really benefits it. The drum line is a bit straightforward, but I don't think that's a detriment in this. This isn't probably my favorite Songbot Co, but my favorite Songbot Co songs get 10s, and this is definitely a solid 8. Pushing toward a 9. It's a good song. I don't have a lot of notes for it. It's mostly positives. Instrumentation-wise, I think it could elevate, but I like a bigger production on my instrumentation, which usually Songbot Co does. So we'll see that. But yeah. So good track, 8 or 9 out of 10. This is Zero Cool, and this is a prayer for Nancy. It's the American Gods Mr. Nancy Diss. So I'm going to review both this and Hell If I Know sort of together because they made all this effort to work together, and both tracks go, you can interchange verses, you can have them be on each other's stuff. This really is an interesting effort. It's a real cooperative effort to make these two interconnected songs between the two teams. And honestly, they both deserve a 10 out of 10 simply for doing something so drastically complicated as that, and giving themselves that extra challenge. That drop was both good and necessary to kind of allow the vocalist to step forward. This is another very kind of casually indie rap delivered track. And then the chorus like feels more like it's in step with the Hell If I Know chorus, which I think is it's sort of like Zero Cool's kind of chill take on that, and I like that a lot. There's this nice kind of like weird breakdown drum solo fill in the second verse that I really liked, that I jumped to there. And then the third verse is very kind of out there, which I think gels well with the Hell If I Know aspect of this. And as we move to the Hell If I Know portion of it, and the beats feel married together, the deliveries of the MCs feel married together. Navi, as an MC, is just an enthralling MC to listen to, so I think he has a mastery of more dramatics in how he decides to phrase his language, as well as how he decides to deliver it. And I think in that way, I think that the Hell If I Know song is slightly stronger, but honestly, you're going up against one of the best teams that you could be going up against, and being compared to, and that's super righteous. And I don't think that Zero Cool feels overwhelmed by Hell If I Know's talent. It's just Hell If I Know definitely fits my wheelhouse of the strength a bit more. But I would love to hear both these tracks back to back live in this big like posse cut almost. Maybe changing up the beat, cutting it in half, and then having them, be trading 16s essentially. But both of these beats are so similar and attached to each other in nature, and the deliveries are so almost inspired by each other that it's impressive, and it's a real gift from round 4. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for both the last songs, for the effort, and they're both good songs on their own right too. If Zero Cool had just kind of released this in a vacuum, I'd still probably have it at an 8, a solid 8, maybe even a 9. And then Hell If I Know, they're getting the 10 out of me damn near every time. Yeah. So that was the last of VPC round 4 that I forgot to record, I guess. Just forgot that I had the dangling sort of remainder of the teams. So thank you for joining me for this super late night, super low key, super differently produced production in the dark, where I look like I'm about to tell you ghost stories. We've been 2 Yoked Bros. The 5th round of the VPC judging is also uploading. So yeah, enjoy it, and enjoy the kind of mostly unedited factors of these last 2. And 2 Yoked Bros will be back next VPC to critique and offer advice. Thank you very much for the opportunity.